The Bible whispers this incredible mystery, a story that's often just kind of glossed over, tucked right there between the cross and the empty tomb. What really happened in those 3 days?
So what did Jesus actually do during that time? It's a question that honestly goes right to the very core of his victory over everything. And this isn't just guesswork. Scripture gives us this powerful, almost cinematic picture of what went down in the deepest darkness.
See, to really get the full power of the resurrection, we have to grapple with this descent. It feels a little backward, doesn't it? Why would you go down into darkness before rising up into glory? Well, the answer changes literally everything.
Let's just go back to that moment. Try to imagine the scene. For every single person watching, this was it. It was the end. A complete and total failure. The hope of the world was just extinguished right before their very eyes.
I mean, the sequence of events was just brittle, and every step was designed to be final. The cross, that was an instrument of sheer torture. His death was a public spectacle meant to humiliate. And that sealed tomb with Roman guards standing watch, that was supposed to be the absolute end of the story. It really looked like darkness had won. But history was about to take a turn no one saw coming.
But here's the thing. This story, even though it happened 2,000 years ago, isn't just some piece of ancient history. It's so intensely personal because it's a story that actually reflects our own deepest human struggles.
We all know these places, right? The internal prisons of anxiety or depression, the external pharaohs in our lives, maybe injustice or addiction, that lonely, empty wilderness of a broken heart, and of course, the two great enemies we all have to face, fear and death itself. This whole story is for anyone who has ever felt trapped.
And this is the turning point. This is where the whole story flips on its head. Jesus went down into that darkness, into the heart of the earth, not as a victim, but as a king. He wasn't going there to suffer another defeat. He was going there to announce that he had already won.
Scripture gives us this incredible peek behind the curtain, and that word proclaimed, that isn't a whisper of hope. That's the loud, clear declaration of a conquering king, announcing that the war is over. He was serving notice to every force of darkness that their time was up.
And this is absolutely crucial to get. There was no negotiation. He didn't walk into the enemy's stronghold to plead for our release. He went there to take it. He kicked the gates down from the inside and declared that sin, evil, and death had lost their power for good.
And this single, brilliant action sets up a brand new reality. It establishes a permanent pattern for all of time. The power that held humanity captive for thousands of years was shattered in those 3 days.
You can think of it like a three-part victory, a total knockout. So first, on the cross, he paid the legal price for our sin. Check. Then, in the descent, he broke the authority and the very claim of death itself. And finally, with the resurrection, he walked out in broad daylight to prove to everyone that the victory was real, it was absolute, and it was eternal. And the impact of this was immediate. And it's also everlasting. For every person of faith who had died before this moment, the way to God was now completely open. And for every single one of us living since, hope isn't just a wish, it's a reality, and it's grounded in His victory.
So why does this ancient story matter to you, right now, today? Because it's more than just a historical account. It's a living blueprint. It's a map for how we can navigate the darkness in our own lives.
And listen, the story doesn't just end with him walking out of a tomb. He ascended. This same Jesus who walked into the deepest, darkest place now sits in the highest place of honor and power, reigning in pure, radiant glory. And that is so important for our hope today.
So this right here, this is the promise. This is the blueprint of hope. Whatever prison you find yourself in today, whether it's fear, grief, addiction, or despair, you can have this absolute assurance. Jesus has already walked through a deeper darkness than you can imagine, and he came out victorious. He knows the way out because he is the way out.
So as we finish up, I just want to leave you with this to think about. Each part of his victory really speaks to a different part of our need, doesn't it? The payment on the cross, the conquering in the descent, or the proof of the resurrection. Which one of those resonates most deeply with you today? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And just stay grounded in the incredible hope he has won for you.